Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another Steam Unsupported games. I know, I didn't think I would be doing this so early, to be honest with you, but there you go. That's how it plays out. So the first game we're going to look at is Gears 5, and basically I bought some bundles and now I have some more unsupported games, so here we are. So I'd look on ProtonDB. The way to do it is it's the anti-cheat basically in Gears 5 that apparently causes the issues. So if you go into the desktop mode and head into your Gears 5 folder and then into binaries and then change the name of the anti-cheat folder so it can't detect it on launch, and then also enable the Glorious Egg Roll Proton version as well, and that enables you to get in apparently. And unfortunately, I tried it, but the issue is because it sort of knows that there's no anti-cheat, but it sort of still wants to connect to the internet and still create lobbies and stuff for games because it's meant to be like some sort of like hybrid jump in, jump out type of campaign or something. So what it does is when you start the campaign, it wants to create a lobby, but it gets sort of stuck, and I don't know if that's because of anti-cheat. I thought I was being really clever, and I tried to disable the Wi-Fi in the hope that going and doing it might, make it think, oh well, we're running offline now, so we can't or shouldn't create a lobby. But unfortunately, I still get the same issue. So I don't know if anyone else has got anything. If you do, let me know. I'm happy to try out Gears 5 again. It's a massive install, like 120 gigs. So I'll leave it on my deck for a couple of days, and then if not, I guess I'll move on sharpish because there's a lot of space to give up, even on a 512 memory card. It's a bit of a shame because I thought that might be quite interesting, get an Xbox Game Studio 1 running through Steam. I know it's obviously the Steam version, but in any case, it is only bronze on ProtonDB anyway. And you're about to see what I spent 15 minutes looking at. Yeah, try and do the simplest of task and it just gets stuck, I think, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how interested people are in Gears of War 5, but there you go. It's one of those ones I've got on the Microsoft Store as well, but never played it, so can't be that great. And then we're going to move on to Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. So a couple issues with this one. Frame rate seems to cap out at 30, even though no VSync is on. The subtitles don't match up the dialogue in the cutscene videos. And yeah, it's a little bit clunky. It's playable, don't get me wrong, if this is a game you're absolutely determined to play and you can do it without the subtitles and you don't mind a bit of jittery gameplay, then it will be perfect for you. But no, this runs like out of the box. I don't know if the Glorious Egg Roll version of Proton would necessarily help the frame dips, but it also didn't matter what quality setting I put it at. Tried it on the lowest, tried it on the highest, and it suffers the same like jittery fate, unfortunately. And you can see that by the frame timings on screen. And they don't look too bad, but they feel particularly bad when playing. And yeah, no real dips, like no huge dips or really anything. I don't really think I saw much below 30. And I'm not sure what it is with the engine. There's clearly something going on. Maybe there is a case to try the Proton in this one, but yeah, it will work, just not the greatest experience, basically. Next, we're going to look at Medal of Honor, the single-player version of it, which is a pain in the bum to get working, if I'm honest. When it boots up, it wants you to enter your CD key, which, fortunately, gets automatically populated by Steam. Unfortunately, you've got to, delete the... it comes with, a string of commands almost for how it's importing the key. It doesn't seem to quite line up as you would expect, and trying to manipulate it with the Steam keypad didn't work either. So effectively on my separate computer, I had to go in, get the key off of my Steam on there, and then type it in manually. So it's a little bit of a pain to get in, but that's just what you got to do. And then when you do get in, it's a little bit... It doesn't run perfectly. It's not terrible, but the problem is lots of artifacts on screen. So I'm not sure what the effect is called, but basically the meshes and stuff are fragmented, as you can see, and it's not like a one-off or or resolution or game setting or anything like that, because I had it up to the highest and I had it unlocked, obviously capped at 60 on SteamOS, and you do also have to use your mouse as well. So I don't know, it's a difficult one, I guess. Once again, it's sort of playable. It's playable in the case of, I absolutely must play Medal of Honor on the Steam Deck for whatever reason, and I'm happy to put up with the odd glitches and less than ideal visuals, I guess. But yeah, other than that, it was fairly difficult to control as well. But yeah, just the artifacting and stuff really put me off, and not one I can recommend, even though technically works. But yeah, not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, just worth bearing in mind if that's what you want to do. Obviously, I didn't try the multiplayer version because there's just no point. One thing I have noticed as well, though, is that Steam seems to have been updating its game list, because I don't remember this being unsupported when I was doing my original series. So, there's a new addition, as are most of these, to be fair. So next we've got Trails in the Sky, which is what it's called now, Hero Saga. Trails in the Sky. This seems to work fine. In the opening cutscene music, it seems to cut off towards the end, but the rest of the game music seems to be fine. And as it is basically text based in terms of there's no voiceovers or anything like that I'm aware of, it runs perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever. Nothing for me to complain about anyway. And yeah, if it's a game that you like, then brilliant. To be fair, I didn't even realise it was in my Steam library, which is probably why I didn't test it out in the previous iterations. But nothing fancy here, just booted up and off it goes, locked at 60 and running fine as far as I'm aware. Obviously, other than the music cutting off in the opening AMV, that's about it. So down to the last two now, and kicking it off, we've got Blood and Bacon, which was a very cheap game on Steam. I played for a couple hours. It was interesting, I think. But yeah, basically this one looks like it runs fine, admittedly a little bit glitchy, and then as soon as you go to start the game, boom, back out onto the main menu where you try to launch it back up again. And I even tried changing to Proton GE because there's no obvious reason as to why Blood and Bacon doesn't work. It is down as unsupported, of course, like all these games are. But yeah, just you can't play Blood and Bacon on the Steam Deck. But all the UI and stuff seems to load fine, but once it tries to get into the 3D environment, it's just kicking you out. It's not, I guess, a popular enough game to really worry about, but as it is in my library and it is down as unsupported, I figured, why not? Plus it pads out the episode, to be totally honest. And last but not least, we have Anodyne. So Anodyne's biggest issue is that it tries to sell you Anodyne 2 before you've even played Anodyne 1. Basically, skip the joypad config, don't do it. It's set up to work out of the box. I think it's probably a community setting, but everything runs exactly as you would want. In fact, you can move, run around, sweep monsters. Frame rate's obviously good enough for this type of game, and nothing seems to be broken at all. So I'm not really sure what the issue is. Maybe it's that controller config, which just does not work and locks you out of getting into the game if you try and set up the joystick configuration. But everything else is mapped and it's all fine. Like I say, out the bat, just go for it. You can play it. So yeah, a bit of a weird one this episode. Like I say, a couple of games have been slowly updated, because I don't remember most of these being unsupported beforehand. Obviously, a couple of them are new to me, like Gears 5 on Steam. So yeah, I don't know. It's like Metal Gear. Metal Gear obviously probably can work, although it needs another fix. Medal of Honor, something wrong with that, glitchy. and also the Star Wars game, not great either. But, you know, Anodyne and Trails of the Sky, fine. You know, they were imperfect. And then, you know, what's the last one? Oh yeah, Back 4 Blood. Didn't run either. So, yeah, bit of a mixed bag and a bit of a random selection of games, which these series probably will be. I do have a couple more unsupported games, although I've had them requested specially for the stream on Saturday, so we'll go through those two then. But yeah, and then that'll be it for my unsupported games, unless Steam go back through and start validating. On a very, 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 very slight note, end note, I did go back through and I've categorised all the ones that are down as unsupported to see if and when Steam does go back in and update them. And it turns out that there aren't any that have been updated to be marked as compatible, that were previously marked as incompatible at the minute. But as soon as they do a big update like that, I will be sure to let you all know, because that means we can probably see, we know that there's been some mass validation going on. But we'll have to wait a while for that, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.